Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. We're messing around a little bit here, trying to clean up the base, trying to get everything back in order. We had a pretty rough episode last time around. We lost a couple dupes because I unlocked something, and that was a huge mistake. So we're not going to do that again. But what we are going to do is try to get some of this stuff under control. So one of the things that I need to do is these are all dying here. And before these start dying, I want to move these up here. So I'm going to get this all dug out and start building that out either here or down here, because they have to go a little deeper because they're 6 deep. So I want to make sure that we do that. The other thing I want to do is come over to this planetoid, and I do need to make sure that our only surviving duplicant over here kind of has a high priority of getting this done because he's going to need food, and he doesn't have any right now. But once he gets that dug out and built and he's in a good spot, I would like for him to start working on getting this all cleared out. I'm going to convert this into a farm so he has some food to actually eat. This one hexalant will get him by, hopefully long enough to get the farm built. I do ultimately, though, need to build... Well, I need to deconstruct this. I need to move this down here, and I need to do a lot of cleanup, which is something that definitely needs to happen at some point relatively soon. But there's only one dupe, so there's only so much they can do. I do want to keep mopping up all this wetness everywhere. I am glad to see the bog buckets functioning, even if they're not functioning great. Hey, we're digging all the bodies out of the bottom. That's good. That's still locked off, and we want that to stay locked off because of these zombie spores. We can't deal with that at the moment, so I don't want to tempt fate. I do want to get some of this carbon down here and let these slicksters inhale it and destroy it. And as long as they're eating, they'll be happy, and they'll delete some of my carbon for me, so it's kind of a win-win situation. We unfortunately did lose the, on our main planetoid, we did lose our slicksters. They all died off. So I am going to have to repopulate this once we get this all squared away. Speaking of getting it squared away, I am going to build a little bit of a higher priority, but I want to trap this in here because that is the biggest issue, is this heat continually escaping out as this water goes down. I want to limit the access here as well. So if I get that built and that built, well, I don't want to build this until some of this water drains out, but we can get some of the heat kind of trapped down here, which would be ideal. Kind of same thing over here. Let's stick a manual airlock there. It'll seal this all in, and then the heat that gets generated over here won't come out. So it's at least a step in kind of sealing off the mistake that we made, and hopefully we'll be able to get this down to a reasonable temperature and then kind of get everything back to normal. That's the hope anyway. And even if we don't need to rebuild this and this ends up coming back and being just fine, that's good, but I feel better getting it out of the bottom of the base where we're messing around with all these high temperature situations. What is entombed? Entombment is not good. The other thing I want to rebuild over here, and that's kind of why I'm building a critter area right here. We also lost all of these, all the ones that made the sugar for our rockets, all the Sweetles. So I need to make sure we're getting some Sweetles back in production over here. We have a lot of Drecos just kind of hanging around too. So it'd be nice to get them all put back where they belong, or make a new place for them to belong. However you wanna look at that. Speaking of which, we probably should attack all of these, make some barbecue, see if we can get some stuff going on here. Sleet wheat grain is the issue right now. It looks like we have a little bit of a cold damage leakage problem. and that is because this is getting way too cold as it runs through here. So I need to figure out how I'm going to solve that. I mean, I think it just has to do with the fact that it's polluted water, and that's probably just not the right ingredient for what we need. So I think we're going to have to pump some of this oil up and put either the oil or the petroleum in there as our primary source. But that is for a later time. I do need something to delete this carbon, though. So I do need to kind of get this back in service if we can. So the sooner we can get this done, the better off we can be. Right now, it's saying that that is an unreachable build, so I need to figure out why it's unreachable. Looks like this is the unreachable part. So maybe we can sweep these up or just deliver the suits to all of these spots. Probably what we want to do. The sooner I get this closed off, the better we're going to be. Let's hop over here and take a look at the situation. Looks like he's got some food he's working on, which is great. I am going to build not an airlock, but a pneumatic door here to kind of seal off this stuff. And I do need to kind of prioritize this because this is where all of our food is going to be generated. So let's go ahead and slap in some farm tiles, which I think is all we're going to need right now. I mean, it will, farm tiles will serve the purpose for the time being because we're just going to be planting mealwood where feasible. He is exhausted. The tired boy. All right, well, that is priority 9. We'll let him do his thing. There's really nothing else we could do other than wait for him to do that. Let's hop back over to here, where we are currently struggling with some pretty serious issues when it comes to food supply, mostly because it's all overheating. We do have some food available. Do we keep breaking this? Like somebody throws a tantrum and keeps breaking this? Because I really need to figure out the grill situation. Cooking the food gives more calories, and we need all the calories we can get on this planetoid right now. So I certainly don't want to make things worse. I would love to get rid of these planter boxes, but they're actually still like one of the primary sources of food over on this planetoid. So I really can't do that at the moment. Oh, that's all just combat alerts. Those noises make me a little bit afraid because I'm used to that being like something dying or getting destroyed, which is never a good time. All right, so this is back up and running. Do we not have a way to make Swampy Delights? Yes, do that forever. That's the whole point. You don't have enough bog jelly. Well, that's fine for now. Oh, this is just way too close. Why are we here? I gotta move that stove over a little bit. All right, let's take a look at our situation. Look at the blueprints. Now, we do need dupes, but neither of these are that particularly good, so I think I'll go back to our main planetoid here where somebody is apparently trapped, which is not good. And I will get that copper because we need all the resources we can get when it comes to metal over here. Who is trapped and why are you trapped? You're trapped over here. That's not great. We definitely need to get, we actually need this to be like priority emergency. I suppose it's more important that this one gets built. Oh, here we go, suffocating. All right, well, he can get out of there at least. Okay, crisis averted. He's not dying quite yet. I mean, you never know for sure, but at least not at the moment. Okay, so we're getting that all dug out. This kind of needs to be a little bit higher priority, so let's set this at a priority 8. Set this at a priority 8. Get that done. This can be priority 8. Just really focus on getting all of that set up. I really need to get some Sweetles up and running. It would be fantastic. I should probably... I mean, we have enough food right now, but I will ultimately need to do something with the food situation. Let's hop back over here, speaking of which, and see if we can get some mealwood planted. Getting that up and running is going to be very important because these calories are not going to last forever. He does have meal lice available, and there is more mealwood ready to be harvested, but I do need to get a more consistent quantity of food up and running. We do have some hatchlings as well, so I'm going to let them kind of roam about for the time being, but ultimately we'll have to do something with that as well. Okay, so this hydrogen just snuck up here. I thought it was leaking out into space somewhere, but that does not appear to be the case at the moment, so we're good as far as that goes. Oxygen's still being produced. I'm not gonna take this out until this is built. Um, so we'll let that just kind of go for the time being. We have no Atmos suits apparently. That seems to be the current bottleneck. All of our Atmos suits keep getting dumped in these spots here, which is a little bit unfortunate. So can we reach this? I don't think we can. Maybe we can. We still can't get down here, and that's because of the Atmos suits. So I guess let's just produce a couple more Atmos suits. I just want to make sure we have a sufficient amount of Atmos suits available to do what we need to do. All right, so that's in use. They're working on that. Oh, there are Atmos suits. Okay, are you just guys not, is it just not a priority to get this down here? I would have thought that would be a pretty high priority. All right, I'm going to set it to priority 9. I just want to make sure an Atmos suit gets picked up and delivered so that people can get down to where they need to get down over here. There we go. They can reach that. That is perfect. I will set priority 9 on all of those because that is going to be pretty high priority to get that done. Looks like we're just about done digging all this out. Hopefully they'll finish up here as well. We still seem to be doing all right food-wise. If anything, we're probably a little better off because we lost a couple dupes. So, but this planetoid, I need to make sure we're getting squared away. How is this situation? Okay for now. Okay, the Nosh beans we need to plant over here. That was the whole point of this, I believe. Or was it the sleet wheat we were going to plant? I thought it was going to be the Nosh sprout, but we only have the sprouts here. All right, well, let's just do sleet wheat for the time being. We'll just copy those settings over here. It's cold enough up here, so we should at least get some stuff grown. I feel like the Wheezeworts should probably be a pretty high priority. Scalding is never good. All right, food is, I don't want to say stabilizing, but it's better than it was. Where is the scalding happening? Over here. All right, well, I can live with that, kind of. Oh yeah, we're losing people here too. So it would be a good idea to get all this moved out pretty much as fast as possible. Okay, let's get power. I want to get a heavy watt joint plate. We'll try gold amalgam. We'll see if that will hold up. But if I can get that built and this built, it's sealing off all the hot because there's already a manual airlock here. And hopefully we can kind of start stabilizing this area in general. No guarantees, but hopefully that'll be the case. We still have a couple Drecos roaming around, so I think we'll be okay even if these all die. I hope they don't, but even if they do, I think we'll be okay. Okay, I think I do want to increase the priority of getting this done. What is going on? Okay, so our hospital is not overflowing or anything, but there are injured dupes roaming around. How are you getting down here? Oh, you're walking through here and then hopping through. So this lock is pointless for the most part. Why are you, all right. This is a little problematic. Why are you doing this? All right. If they're just going to ignore this, what's the point? I think for the most part they're following it, but definitely not 100%. This carbon dioxide is getting to be a little much. I need to get this cleared out ASAP. And now this is unreachable again because somebody took all the suits. All right, we're going to deliver those suits again. Oxygen is still flowing into there. Is this supposed to be going back up here? I mean, I guess it's not really hurting anything to go there. But this carbon is starting to really back up, so I need to make sure I'm pumping that all into here because that's where it needs to be, which means this needs to be repaired and get up and running pretty much as soon as possible. We need to get something to hold all these Atmo suits. We do have Atmo suits up here, which is good, but it would be nice to have something a little more consistently delivering these Atmo suits. You know, I'm going to actually set these as urgent because at this stage of the game, it is actually pretty urgent. Why are you running away? Okay, we're getting door number 1 is being built, which is good. Definitely something that needed to happen. It was getting a little dicey. All right, there we go. Manual airlock up and running. Gold amalgam is being delivered on this side. So the only thing that kind of sucks with this is all this water is going to back up. But the only thing that this was feeding was this pump, and the pump's broken anyway, so I guess it's not really the end of the world, no matter how you look at it. All right, so effectively it's blocked off now. So hopefully that means we'll be in good shape as this stuff starts to cool down. But there are no guarantees. Just hoping it's working its way in the right direction. I do want to make sure now that this is done, and I think this counts as a, yep, it's 96 tiles, so that's perfect. I want to deliver all of the Sweetles, Sweetle larva. We're gonna make that a priority 9, and then I think we're gonna go, there were some Sweetles over here. We could tap into here and take that. I also had at least one Sweetle roaming around here, so I want to make sure to wrangle them. And then I'm fine with the Sweetles that are in the farms, staying in the farms, because I want them to keep, you know, reproducing. As long as these are set to 2, we're good. It's because we have to. I also want to set not just the Sweetles, but the grubs. Yeah, okay. That's already set. Okay, so we can get somebody who has machinery. Well, +9 machinery, but then decreased machinery. That's not good. None of these are great. I don't really need more seeds, but I guess I'll just print those out for the sake of printing them out. Okay, we have food over here. It's not great, but it is something, I guess. We need water, which I think ultimately just means we need to build a pitcher pump. So let's build a pitcher pump here so we have that available to feed water to those. And that should keep us good over there. I have to keep mopping up this water. I think it's all this stuff melting, which is unfortunate, but that's going to continue being an issue. Let that be its own thing. Okay, we do have mealwood growing, so at least that's something. I'm gonna plant some more here just so we have some consistently happening. Is this classified as a farm? It is not, because I don't have a farm station. Let's slap one of those down just to get that going. I think, yeah, this is 92 tiles, so it's actually a little bit shy of what I needed. Wait, so does that mean this is 92 tiles? Okay. So we can actually go 1 over. Can and will go 1 over on all of these. Okay, get that, get that. And once that's built, I'll go ahead and remove the other door, and we should be in pretty good shape there. San's just kind of chilling right now. I hope, he'll be all right. I mean, there's enough mealwood to sustain him, so between what we planted and what's growing naturally over here, he'll actually be in pretty good shape. This is not running as often as it was because it's at max gas pressure, so I do need to kind of get something up and running over here. I think to that end, I mean, again, it's going to be a short-term solution, but I ultimately need to get power going over here. It's a bit of a snaky mess, but we are going to replace it with like an actual power spline coming down here at some point in the future. We're just not quite to that point yet. All right, we're back to killing these things, so we must have finished up what we needed to do over here. We do have a Sweetle in here, so that's good. It says storing 2 of 20. I need to change that to 7. Oh, there's 2 Sweetles. Okay, so we're good. This population will grow. Oh, and there happens to be one right here. So let me just wrangle this guy as well, and then we'll be in pretty good shape. I do need to make sure I don't forget to feed them, because that is kind of important. So if we go down to Sweetle, we want to make sure we are giving them sulfur. And we want to fill those out, which is good. It looks like we did dig this all out, so we probably should take a little bit of time to build something resembling this. So this is wrong button. 3 high, and then this is 2 high, and we'll just go 17 across for now. Let's just try to get this built as best we can. How far across is this? Not enough. This can go 17 across. We'll try to make this the back wall here. People will have to come up here, but that'll be okay. We can always add more. We can't really take away. All right, so 3 high, which means that'll have to be the roof. 2 high, but then beneath that was the plants, right? Yeah, so I don't think we need anything fancy here. I think the hydroponics is a waste because they don't actually use the water. I don't really know why I built that, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and make some farm tiles, get those planted. I do want to make sure one of these is just a phosphorite. It's actually a little cold up here for what we need, but we'll try to get that at least going. I do technically need to do a whole setup to vent everything out. Let's take a look at what we're seeing here. All right, let's do this. And I want to make sure we can get across there. I do want to get an airlock. We can get those dug out. We could figure all the rest of that out after the fact. Do a little plumbing. Get a bottle emptier there. I should get some sort of something here. I'll probably delete one of these gas reservoirs and build like an ammo suit dock area. But they're in and out of there pretty quick. The downside is the water, right? So if I have water built here that's venting, to prevent the air from venting, they're gonna keep getting the soggy feet debuff unless I have some form of Atmos suit dock there. All right, this is running. It's a little surprising. Maybe we have it in a spot where it's not too bad. Now that we have this in place and it's like staying here until it reaches a certain temperature. And that way it can never be too cold. I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping it's kind of regulated to that point, but certainly not sure that that is the case. I actually would like for it to be, that's fine. If it's above that temperature, cycle it. If it's below that temperature, don't. So that should keep this cold enough to continually grow, which means that this should eventually get hot enough to cycle that out. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this off. I might have to bust in there again at some point, but for the time being, I'm gonna try to close that off again. The hope is that eventually this gets hot enough to turn into steam, and then we can pump the steam out into here. So it's kind of like an indirect solution, but it's something I do want to make sure we're working towards, because I definitely want to get that up into space, pretty much as soon as possible. This may not be big enough. I feel like I might need it to be even larger than it currently is, but let's get these deconstructed. I don't need these ladders. Until this is built, I really can't know for sure what the size is. I do want to make sure that I enable auto bottle. Let's do brine, because I think we have enough brine here to, keep going. Now, I did drain this all out before, and it's just kind of slowly filling back up over time. So hopefully that'll be okay. I'm glad to have the Sweetles up and running. We are starting to get sucrose again, which is fantastic. That's exactly what we needed. Room wise, yes, this is, I already checked that. It's a stable. Okay, I think we might want to build some more stables over here in general. Um, maybe not even the Drecos, just some form of stable. All right, this is still going. We got some sleet wheat. We should be kind of regulating the pinch of pepper and sleep wheat, so we should have a relatively stable food supply when it comes to like pinch of pepper bread, which is going to be pretty important, even separate from the barbecue we're going to get from these guys. The steam is starting to regulate now that we have this all kind of closed off, which is good. It definitely was a little too spicy down there. I'm gonna have to wait for it to get below 80 because it is just still way too hot to do anything in. And I'm certainly still worried about, I don't know how this is getting, oh, that's right, I do. I remember. I explained to myself why this was happening. Because it's generating its own heat and it just eventually gets so hot that it breaks. So that's not a good solution, the battery being in here. However, if the battery was outside and not in here at all, that should be a workable solution, right? Because it doesn't matter if it vents into the general atmosphere. So let's go ahead and look at doing that because I definitely want to get some gas pumping out here. This is just being wasted by not being, like, I can't store, I'd have to build half the dang map to be able to store all of that. So I definitely need a better longer term solution. All right, so the power line already goes out over here. So I guess let's just build a smart battery, I don't know, right here on the edge. Does that sound good? I think that'll work just fine. Can we rotate that? No. Okay. So we just do that. We do that. And then for automation purposes, we can't go through here because this is all sealed off. So we're gonna have to go a little goofy with it, right? And come through there. But then we can deconstruct this, and then we can deconstruct this, and that should get us back in business, at least automation wise. Let's copy these settings over to here. So the settings are applied, and ultimately they'll sort that all out and everything should be good. The carbon dioxide is definitely becoming a bigger issue. It's just slowly creeping up, which is going to be a problem. So I do need to make sure to get that kind of stabilized, especially once we get this all sorted out. So this shouldn't be overheating anymore, right? So let's enable auto repair. Okay, these are damaged, but they're not broken. So it's this guy that's overheating and is destroyed. So we need to replace this with a more temperature tolerant pump. Because none of this stuff is broken. It's all damaged, but it's not broken. That definitely needs to be sorted out entirely. All right, then we need something here. All right, so what are we looking at? This is all built, right? So why does it look like something is pending being built here? That's weird. Huh. It is definitely a little strange. Let's make sure that we are not auto harvesting any of these. And I'll have to do that again when these two are built. Let's look at room wise. Yeah, it says the size is, oh, because this isn't built yet. Okay. We got to build this. I don't think this is going to be, it's 84 tiles. So it's 87 tiles. It's definitely not going to be enough. We're going to have to make this a little bigger. Question is, do I want to, because I can't go too far this way with anything because the space constraints. I could definitely go at least one over, maybe more if I deconstruct this. Yeah, maybe I'll deconstruct this. I'll pull everything over a little bit. And then while we're at it, why don't we just get a second one up and running? Because we're already here. We already know this is not going to be enough, but we can at least get stuff planted and ready to go. These probably should be tiles, food tiles. I'm just going to connect it here for now. I think ultimately we're going to go, what, 2 over maybe? All right, and then we could do a airlock there with this there. we have ladders going across right now. We ultimately need to deconstruct that, I believe. And we can slap a tile there. We can copy this here, get that up and running. All right, that should be enough to get the ball rolling. One challenge is there's no way to get in here, right? Because this is not reachable. So I think what we have to do is actually deconstruct this and maybe, or actually, let's not do it here. Let's do it over here. Deconstruct this and then build a ladder down. And that should let us get into that space. Anyway, we'll eventually pull out all these ladders and finish this all up, but this will get that going, at least for the time being. Okay, so we got water starting to build back up in here. It's not the right kind of water there. I want to make sure to mop that up. The polluted water is running down. It's not out, though. This is not going to run for another 35 cycles, so we might run into a little bit of a polluted water problem unless I start tapping into this over here. I haven't really done much with this because of all the polluted nature of it, but I think ultimately I'm going to need to pump that somewhere, heat it up pretty severely, and then, you know, with the tepidizer, and just get that kind of sorted out. All right, let's take a look at our blueprints that are available. Creativity. So here's an artist. Did our artist die, or do we still have artists available? Let's take a look at our duplicate skills, which I'm sure are many, so we don't have to worry too much. Okay, we still have an artist available. What is Stinky's thing? You seem to be a diggy boy, so we'll go ahead and assign you. And Marie, we never did anything with you. You're just a cook. I guess we'll just leave you at that for the time being. We lost a lot of, well, no, we have farmers and ranchers, so we seem to be all right. We did lose some people who were definitely capable of digging, so that is problematic, but we'll replenish them. It'll be fine. Let's do hazmat digging on them. We have no pilots at all. All of our pilots except for Harold have unfortunately perished. I guess we could do critter ranching for you. We did never build a critter ranch on the other planetoid. We just have a farm going, which is not exactly stabilizing, but it's something, I guess. Did we yeah, we are harvesting that. So those seeds should be available. All right, so what are we gonna do with this printable? I don't think we need a doctor or an artist, so I'm gonna just print out some gold amalgam, and I think that's gonna be fine for the time being. What is going on over here? So Hassan he's been working. I mean, it's not like he hasn't been working. There's stuff that exists in all of these places. Why have you not made it to the bathroom yet? That is a little problematic, but that's all right. We'll figure that out. I think I want to like priority 9 this stuff because this is going to be pretty important to get up and running. Yeah, I want to make sure that the gas production is a thing that is happening. Oxygen is getting a little tight. I would like, you know, him to be sleeping somewhere where there's oxygen available. It's always a good thing in general, I think. Let's take a look at our sleet wheat situation. It looks like we're mostly, yeah, temperature-wise, we're good. Maintaining a low enough temperature. The liquid pipes, it's working as intended now. So the water isn't going over here until it's warm enough to where it'll cool down again, but it won't get so cold that it starts breaking the pipes. And it'll stay here until it warms up to the point where it needs to be pumped out. So hopefully that means our system is working as intended and it won't be a problem going forward. Eventually, it's going to take a very long time, but eventually this water is going to heat up to the point where it's going to produce steam, and then the steam will get pumped out into here. We're just not to that point yet. High pressure gas vent here would be great, just to get all this extra stuff cleared out while we can. All right, so we are good here. I do want to maybe priority 9 mop this just to get all this crap off the ground. We do ultimately need to add more sleet wheat, so let's go ahead and get this built out. The interesting thing is I'm gonna need to get some water pump, like regular water pumping up here. And I think the water is a bit too warm. So I am a little worried about that, but I don't know. Maybe, excuse me, maybe this being cold enough will make the difference and it'll be fine. I think maybe I'll try that. Just do an insulated liquid pipe here and then branch through here. I'll replace all the farm tiles with hydroponic tiles. I think that's what's going to be needed to kind of sort that out. Let's copy these settings over to this. Make sure it's auto bottle is enabled. Let's set these to priority 9 so that somebody does it at some point relatively soon. I definitely need to get this door built as well. We have to move this back. I think this will be okay. Let me just take a look here. So this is 96 tiles total, the way it is right here. So if I just kind of close this off, I'll just build a tile here. Oh, why is that leaking? Should that not do that? Okay, so actually, if I just move this back, this is interesting. So, okay, if I just deconstruct all of this stuff, right, and leave this here. Hold on, I'm confusing myself a little bit. I think I have to, yeah, let's just deconstruct all this stuff and then I'll rebuild it. Okay, so if I did the same thing that I did here, go here, go here, go here, go here, get that up there, and then this goes right here, copy this door here, and then deconstruct all of that, then we should be fine, because this will already be sealed off. So that should make it 96, but well, wait, that was 96 with all of this being there, so not quite. Ultimately, what I'm going to have to do is build a station, and let's get a grooming station up and running, and let's get a shearing station, and probably even a, what is the, under food? Yeah, incubator. Get an incubator up and running. I don't think we need anything other than these 3 things, but let's go take a quick gander down here and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Nope, that's just a gas pump. We'll sort the gas stuff out later. I just want to get the people, or I should say the critters in there. That's a little more important right now. All right, so there we go. Let's build ladders here, and then we can deconstruct this. Get this ladder down here, deconstruct that, probably deconstruct this too. Probably shouldn't have done that. That's all right. It'll be fine. We'll be okay. Copy the settings for this over to these 3 tiles, and there we go. We got that up and running. Hopefully the air will come, well, it's sort of sealed, but we'll see if we can get a little better seal going on. All right, so this, if we look at the room, it's 88 tiles. So I actually need 8 more tiles open. So I think we're gonna have to move it back even more. All right, let's mop this up. This is not gonna do the trick. All right, so if I move it back, I'll free up 4 tiles. I should have to move it back by 2, if that's even possible. So let's do that. Deconstruct all of that. And we actually want to deconstruct all of this as well. Nope, let's stop doing that. Alright, so that, we'll have to figure out what to do there. I guess we could build a ladder just to get up there to deconstruct this stuff. But ultimately, we'll get that sorted. Alright, so let's, I guess if we're moving 2 back, right? So this is right here. So that's going to bring this in the same spot. So that I actually needed more room than I originally thought I was going to need. I should still actually be able to sneak down here via this, at least for the time being, until we seal this off. Let's go ahead and put, toilet problem? That's not good. Let's put this here. And we only need 1 there because that's already kind of closed off. We could deconstruct that. I think we just put a manual airlock right here. I think they could still get up in there. I'm not sure, but I think they could still get up in there. I guess we'll find out relatively soon. See if this guy gets trapped in there. I don't think he will, but you never know. All right, disable auto harvest. All good there. We have a bunch of salt water we got to mop up over here. All right, is anybody stuck? No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like everybody's okay. All right, so let's look at the room size. 106 tiles now, so overshooting it again. All right, can this guy get out of here? He might be trapped. All right, can you get through here? No, you can't because of this. That's your roadblock. Okay, so we're gonna take this gas reservoir out as well. Speaking of gas reservoirs, how's this situation going? Looks like it's actually working out pretty well. Automation. Okay, that just needs to finish getting built, but it'll be fine ultimately. And then this, we still have steam coming out. I don't know where this steam's coming from. That shouldn't really be a thing anymore. Oh, this got all cleared out. Okay. So let's get this built as soon as possible. I want to get this up and running because this might be enough to, these might be overheated, but we'll see if it could at least run and start pumping out some electricity and deleting some of this heat. Once that stabilizes, that could actually be really good. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. We should, oh no, I don't want to deconstruct. I want to deliver a suit here. Kind of needs to be a little bit of a higher priority. All right, so this should be, yeah, this is also 106 tiles. So we need to come down by 10 tiles. You know, if we build that, no, that's fine. Having 2 there should be fine. Get these ladders out of here. All right, so that'll be 5, and then we just need 5 more tiles. We could actually just put 3 in here. That'll close that off. Well, you know what that means? That means that got built. All right, we will have to kind of sort this out a little bit. No, I don't need that deconstructed. All right, that needs to get built, and then this can stay, right? And then I'm gonna need the bottle emptier to go here. I need another one to go here, but I have to deconstruct these first. They should still be able to get the ladder over here. I think they can still get down here. Not sure. All right, let's get that in there. All right, liquid, brine, auto bottle on. All right, does this get us there? No, we're still too shy. So let's go ahead and build 2 more tiles up top here. That should be good enough. These should all be the same. So let's go ahead and dig that out. Copy the settings. All right, and then we need to make sure the auto harvest is disabled on all of these. It is. We do need to mop that all up again. Or we issued a mop command, they just have not done it yet. All right, so I don't know if this is reachable or not, but if I deconstruct this, that should be reachable. All right, so really, if I just knock out this gas reservoir and put a station here, I should be able to move pretty freely in and out here. Although this, there's a little air pressure situation going on here. So we're gonna have to get some oxygen and some hydrogen vented over here. Kind of fill that up, but that's all right. So I think we'll put the cut in here for today. We are making progress. It's not huge progress, but it is progress nonetheless. Nobody here is really that good, so I'll just do a little plug slug and we'll be good to go. This is an issue. Did we really never build liquid output? Are you kidding me? All that time? Okay. So that was kind of a waste because now we got to sort this out. Interesting. So no matter what I do, it's going to cause an issue, but maybe not a terrible one. All right, let's just design this out a little bit. Come down here, we'll slap in a little bit of liquid vent. All right, that can go there. That's already coming out there. All right, so we have an output. They'll get around to building that at some point. Try to think of the best way to deal with this. Maybe we'll slap in a ladder over here, and then we'll deconstruct this, and then might even build another door. No, it should be fine because there's no fresh anything coming in here. We'll just drain it out this side once this is all built. All right, we'll just do that for now. All right, well, thank you for watching. If you like the episode, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, see more content in the future, and hopefully we will catch you in the next one and continue what we're doing here with getting everything kind of resituated. Thanks for watching.